How are you doing, my dearest family? Welcome again to Direct TV, bringing to the truth with Brother Joshua. And my dearest family, you're actually here with the Brother Joshua. And in this particular video, I'm here with Pastor Emmanuel Oyakhilome and also the man of God, Reverend Dr. Chris. This video will help a lot of young people, especially if you're about to get married. This video will really help you. Or if you are intending to get married, this is actually for married people. You learn a lot, all right? And while I was actually watching this video before I posted it, it reminded me of a particular video of the man of God, Reverend Dr. Chris, on marriage, which I'll play it at the end of the video. But watch and listen to what Pastor Emmanuel Oyakhilome is going to be saying concerning what happened to him. And I'll be right back. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Watch this.
So for the past 38 years of my life, I've been in church, and 34 plus of those years I've been in ministry. Because I came into the body of Christ and I came into the kingdom very early as a teenager, I learned a lot through the Scripture Union, Christian Union, and the revival that we experienced on campus. And by virtue of that, everything about my life was moving fast. What took many people years to achieve was just happening like that. Before I was 30, at the age of 27, 28, I was hosting the largest singles conference on the continent. That's, Wisdom for Singles. We're gathering 14,000 people every 3 months. CNN came to interview me, BBC came to, so everything was going on fine. But there was still one thing that was not working, and that was my finances. And I did not know that something was wrong with my finances until I made the first greatest mistake of my life. I got married in 1997 as a poor man. And I suddenly realized that when you are single and poor, there can be an excuse for your poverty. When you are single and poor, there can be an excuse for irresponsibility. But don't ever try to be poor as a married man, because there is no romance without finance. If you think love is blind, marriage will open your eyes. I fell for the trap of I love you the way you are. I was born again, honest and naive. And I did not understand that naivety will put me in trouble. So when I got into the relationship, I told the woman, you know what, this is who I am. I'm a pastor. I have 200 members. I've written this book, that book. I believe my future is bright. She said, no. It's not about money. I love you the way you are. And I fell for the trap. I did not know that I love you the way you are does not mean I love you to remain the way you are. I did not know that I love you the way you are was a statement of faith. That when a woman tells you I love you the way you are, she's honest and sincere. But she has a calendar in her subconscious mind that if I suffer with this man, at least the way they go, within 2 to 3 years, maximum 5 years, he go change. He go blow. In this kingdom, we don't blow, we grow. If you jump up, you will come down. If you grow up, you will stay up. We don't blow, we grow. So, and if at the end of that expiration, your story does not change, our own story will change. So even though I was honest and sincere, I suddenly realized that I was not a man. I thought I was a man until I started hearing, you are not a man. Are you a man? He that cannot take care of his house is worse than an infidel. I'm me, a pastor. Pastory people, gathering 30,000 people. I'm not a man. Wait, because I don't marry, I don't be mad again. Then I realized that this is terrible. Then I make the second greatest mistake of my life. I impregnated my wife as a poor man. As the pregnancy was growing, my confusion was growing. As the pregnancy was growing, my depression was growing. And sometimes we sit down and we ask, are you a man? When you are mentally abused, today I say my mental health, we don't suffer mental health. We don't even know the definition of what we suffer. Then in my frustration, I cried out to God. I will never forget. I cried out. I said, God, I'm tired. All my life I've served you. My mates are doing all kinds of things I didn't do. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't womanize. I pay my tithe. Church, they say, if you bring your tithe, things will not be tight. If you are suffering, give your offering. All those cliches. When you enter trouble, you will reassess the revelation. So I began to cry, and every scripture I threw at God, I just kept hearing, who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Then, for the first time in my life, I suddenly realized that many of the things I held on to, I did not have a personal conviction about. I suddenly realized that many of the things I believed and practiced was based on pastor said, bishop said, reverend said, papa said, not encounter with the Lord for myself. I suddenly realized that I was nothing but a religious person, not a Christian. Then I realized that Christianity is not a religion, but a relationship with your Creator. Christianity is not a religion. Religion is more dangerous than the devil. When you practice Christianity as a religion, you'll be a pawn in the hands of charlatan. You'll be a victim of the religious interpretation and the myopic interpretation of scriptures of the people you listen to. And for the first time, God told me, if you really want to be free, let me show you the way out. And it took me from Genesis to Revelation and began to show me from the word the way out of poverty. I was seeing scriptures that I never saw before. Scriptures that we have interpreted based on religion. I was reading from another translation, occupy till I come, that they used to tell us to be holy. I saw that it is do business till I return. He gave gifts unto men that we thought it was ability to sing, ability to dance. I saw that the gift was money. I say, hey, couldn't you have put my money in the bank so that at my coming I will have it with interest? I suddenly realized that many of the scriptures we have put religion into has nothing to do with religion. And I said, wow, Lord, show me out. And in 8 months, I had an encounter with God, 1997 to 1998. For 8 full months, I was like a madman. And God gave me an assignment. Don't forget, there was no Google now. No Google. Google did not exist, nothing. And God told me, go and see. He said, who is the richest man in Africa? Who is the richest man in North America? Who is the richest man in Asia? He began to ask me, who is the richest man in all the continents of the earth? None of them were born again. He said, so if all the rich people are not in church, does that not tell you something, my son? Did they get the money from the devil? Did they get it from money? He said, so I said, God, I don't understand. So he began to show me. And guess what? I studied the rich and wealthy people on the face of the earth. I studied their life. I studied because the success leaves clues. Hello? Life is lived forward but understood backwards. That's why you look and say, if I knew what I know now, it's because you are growing. And I began to study and I saw that every rich man, every rich woman on the face of the earth, there were things that were common to every one of them. And I'm like, wow, where have I been? You know, it's amazing how you will come to church and they will tell you read Bible, and then when you want to read other book, they say that's secular book. And you went to school. Is it Bible you read to become a surgeon? Is it Bible you read to become a lawyer? So you go to school, academic book is okay. But to read other books that will help your mind to develop is not okay. Why? And then we're just reading how to cast out devils, 7 ways to heal the sick. Instead of healing our ignorance. When I came out of that encounter, I knew exactly what to do to come out of poverty. I began to practice it, and in 2001, my story had changed. And I saw that, you mean in 3 years, somebody's life can just change like this? I was still doing what I was doing, but now with a different mindset and with a different strategy. And I say, wow. He said, now that you know it, go teach your people. I began to teach my people. I saw results. He said, now go teach my people. I had to teach my people and then his people. Go teach my people how to create wealth. And that's how the mandate for this assignment came. So I want to share with you today what I've simply entitled the journey to wealth creation. The journey to wealth creation, or the journey to financial freedom. And like I said, it's a journey. Wherever we stop, we stop. You get the other things in the materials. The journey. Because what I want to deal with today is to deal with the software. Because once the software is settled, once the engine is settled, every other thing will take shape. Because when you want to study, there are different ways to learn. One of the ways to learn is emulation. You emulate what somebody else is doing. One of the ways to learn is observation. You observe what other people are doing. You know, when we start learning, when you go to school, when the children start in the elementary school, the first thing they do is to begin to scribble. They begin to scribble. They just scribble. Why? Because they are trying to connect their hands to their brain. There's a connection. It's like when you have a mouse and you want to make connection. So they begin to scribble. And the next thing they begin to do is to begin to give them numbers and figures. So they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or A, B, C, D, A for apple. Now, you find out that the 26 alphabet, A to Z, every word that have ever existed, every word that exists, and every word that will ever exist in the English language come from those words. So once you know A to Z, you have the engine. You have all the potential. What you now need is to know what BOY means or what BALL means. But all the things you need are there. Same thing, 0 to 9 is where all the numbers will come from. 0 to 9. Every other thing is a combination of that 0 to 9. So what I want to do today is to give you the A to Z and 0 to 9. Give you the engine. And once you have that engine, then you begin to, some of the engine you will get today, we just bring perspective to what you say, okay, no wonder. You just begin to click them together. Bones will begin to locate bones. And out of the valley of dry bones, an army shall rise. So let's start. When it comes to wealth creation, there are 5 people on the journey to financial freedom. So we need to begin with diagnosis. So if you get the books, the first thing in the book is what we call the financial intelligence test. Because without a proper diagnosis, there cannot be a proper prognosis. Many times we think that somebody is our mate. Nobody is your mate. You are in a world and in a class all by yourself. Even twins that came from the same womb are not mates. One came before the other. So you need to do a diagnosis of yourself. So in the books, when you get it, you see 26 questions that you need to answer that will help you to be able to do a proper diagnosis of yourself, because many times you are surrounded by people that don't tell you the truth. And they make you believe all is well when it's not well. But when you are not there, they tell the other people it's not well. Oh. But they made you. Haven't you seen people that dress terrible? And you are feeling, you are like, did you not look at the mirror before you left the house? But when you see their friends, hey girlfriend, babe, you slay, you are slaying. They'll be hailing them in their stupidity. And then when they go, they say, now wow, nobody did. They see how she dressed. But you were hailing her. So many times, if you don't have people telling you the truth, you need to do a self-diagnosis. So that's what the book will first do. Every one of them will just see it first thing, diagnose yourself. So now, let me give you the 5 levels so that you know where you stand. Now, on the pyramid of wealth, there are 5 levels. In moving to financial freedom, the people at the bottom are the people that we call they are in financial crisis. Financial crisis. And that's where majority of people live. United Nations have defined living in poverty as living below $2 a day. And living below $1 a day is extreme poverty. So in Africa today, about 75% of people on the continent live in poverty. In Nigeria today, 81%. Right now, about 74% of Nigerians are below the age of 35. Our median age now is oscillating between 19. So we are a young continent, we are a young population. So many people on the continent are poor. They are in that level of what? Financial crisis. Take home cannot take them home. When you are in the place of financial crisis, you lack everything that you need. It's characterized by lack, insufficiency, hardship, debts, begging, urgent 2K. Can I say my account number? That's the level where many people are. And you find out that for anyone that is gainfully employed, even if you earn minimum wage, you'll be amazed at how many people will be asking you for money. And you're asking them, how do you think I'm surviving? If I have money, you think my life will be like this? So financial crisis. So if you're in that level in your life right now where you have no source of income, or your source of income is not even enough to take care of the basic needs, and you have to borrow and beg to survive, you are in financial crisis. Second level is financial instability. Financial instability. Financial instability is where we have another massive group of people. Those in financial instability are people that actually have a job. They have a job, they have a source of income. But at the end of the day, by the time they get the income, it's not enough to take care of their needs. It's not enough to take care of the basic needs that they require to live a normal kind of life. So people in financial instability are people that if for any reason they lose their job, or if for any reason an unexpected expenses shows up in their life, they are going to be in crisis. So they end up borrowing money from cooperative against the salary for the next 3 months. They collect staff loan not to buy a car, not to buy land, but to do the burial. And then before you know it, they borrow money to pay hospital bill for their wife that was pregnant. And you have all kinds of issues. So you have people, they are laboring. They wake up very early in the morning. They come back late at night. They are hardworking. But when they walk like an elephant, they eat like an ant. Unfortunately for many people, the only thing growing in their life is their age. They have become a brand ambassador for poverty. And if you are not tired of poverty, poverty is tired of you. Because they need a new picture for the billboard. Your face is too common. But the Bible says he raises the poor from the dust and the needy from the dunghill. And he set them among princes, even the princes of the earth. And I believe in the name that is above every name, that by this encounter, something is coming upon you today. It's called the hand of God. And as the hand of God rests upon you, it will reorganize your life. And out of this encounter will come for testimonies to the glory of his name and to the shame of the devil. The third set of people are people that are in financial stability. Financial stability. And I'm going to spend a while to discuss these people, because that's where majority of what we call high net worth individuals in this country are. And that's one of the most deceptive level. And I'm going to explain. Now, please listen. I need a handkerchief. Yeah, thank you. Now, please listen. Are you ready for this? People in financial stability have stable job and stable income. They probably even have a house of their own. They have cars. They travel abroad. Their children are in private schools. They have some savings. Now, listen to this, because that's where many people, when he was talking about somebody that will have 24 cars and they are doing keke, that's how it happened. Let me help you. Now, listen. People that are in financial stability, they have good jobs. They have good income. Let me tell you something. There are people that are earning 5 million every month. Some 8 million. Some 12 million every month in this country. Lega. Senior manager. Those are the people in financial stability. They are the most deceived set of people. You know why they are the most deceived set of people? Because every 4 weeks, millions show up. By virtue of the job they do, by virtue of the connections they have, they've been able to build networks with people. They travel. They are widely traveled. Some of them, by virtue of their job, the job even includes traveling. Every month they're in one country or the other. And those bills are being paid by the company. Official car, official coffin, official house, official, everything is official. But the problem is, this group of people, the day they lose their job like this, 90 days later they are poor. That's the problem. Why? Because everything that produces money for them is through hand income. That means they have to be physically present. They have to labor for that money to show up. They don't have anything that produces for them outside of their labor. That's why they are the most deceived set of people. Because they are the ones that everybody celebrates in the society. They are the big boys. They call them high net worth individuals. I was invited to be a board chairman of a company years ago. And they came to me, they said they wanted, me to be the board chairman. It was a publicly quoted company. I said, board chairman, am I qualified for that kind of thing? I said, so let me find out. Have you found out the qualification for those kind of things? No, they say, that's in Nigeria. I don't know if it has changed. Now, that was years ago. That anyone that has 100 million is high net worth. I said, that's what you define as high net worth in this country. I said, I need to go back to school. 100 million. I said, that is a poor man in Nigeria now. 100 million. If we change 100 million to pounds, do you know how much that is? So I said, so all these people that I said, I'm high net worth. No, it was that experience that made me to begin to explore another angle. It was okay, this board chairman, make a begin to market myself for that area. That's another income. board chairman, just sitting allowance, annual allowance. They chop money free. But let's leave that by the side. Hello? So sit down and ask yourself right now. I know you have 2 cars in your garage. I know you gave birth to your daughter in America. I know you are a landlord. Yes, I know you travel. I know you have about 6 million or 17 million. But if you lose your job today, can you survive 6 months? If you cannot, if you don't have any other thing producing money for you, you are that man. You are that woman. You are that couple. You are that family. And that's why you see a lot of people that think that all is well and suddenly realize that all is not well. Many of us think that we have very rich fathers and rich parents until they die and become poor. And I say, when my father died, the money disappeared. Money does not disappear like that. Hello? The reason why he died and the money died is because all the money he was making was based on end income. He had to labor for the money to come. Hey, my husband died and all the money disappeared. Money does not disappear like that. Hello? So that's the third set of people. So if you are sitting down here right now and all your source of income is based on that good job that you have, all your source of income is based on that good salary that you had, all your source of income is based on the perks that you get by virtue of your labor, listen to me, you are not safe. It's false safety. It's false security. Because once you lose that job, number one, your appetite has become so high. You have probably been doing business class for the past 11 years and you can't even afford it. I was going to Malaysia a few years ago. Sat down next. Thank you. I was going to Malaysia a few years ago. I sat down next to a guy in the first class, Qatar, very expensive. And then we're just gisting and talking and talking and talking. So I said, now wow, hey, I didn't know that this place is very far like this. That was my first time of going to that side. Because you are going this way, American, we're going to that other side. So we're just gisting. So I said, man, so what are you here for? So he told me what he's here for. I said, so I said, this ticket is very serious. So I didn't know that. So we're just gisting. He said, hey, how much be the ticket? He was asking me inside first class. I said, you didn't buy the ticket? I said, no, I work with one of our government. He said, I work with, that they just told me that I should be the one to go. That they just said I should go to HR and collect ticket and collect. I said, this ticket is, when I told him the price, he said, hell. He said, that's my 10-month salary. Oh. He said, oh, these people, see as they waste money. They forgive me this money now. So, but that man has traveled wide. But that man is a poor man. But if you go to his office, he has a big office. You have to queue. You have to free form. And he begins to deceive himself that he's a big man. Until the day he now loses his job. And then he will realize that it's not as big as he thought he was. Hello? So if you are sitting down here right now, all the income in your life comes from salary and earned income. You are a poor man potentially. It's only a matter of time. So to support this big boy, you are not a big boy. You are a boy of God. Let God help you so that you can. Hello? Then we'll move to the next one, number 4. Financial independence. Financial independence. And this is where we should be pursuing. Financial independence. Now, when you are in financial independence, it's the realm you get to in life where the income, please note the use of words, the income from your assets and your investment is enough to take care of all your needs and more. So what do I mean by that? It means you don't have to do any work at all. It means that the investments you have, it means that the assets you have acquired, the return from that investment and the income and cash flow from that asset is enough to take care of all your needs and more. Listen, there are people in this country that did not steal money, but the real estate they have. I have people, to real estate, I have people I've trained all over this country. I have people that have built, I have a guy, he has one estate, 250 houses. He's the owner, he didn't steal the money. 250. Each house, when they started, rent was 1.1 million. Today, rent, the cheapest rent there is 4.5. So calculate 4.5 million times 250. So when you see him following his pastor on mission, you see him today, he has gone with Baba. You see him tomorrow, you say, how these people, the thing is commanding. He has offered himself to his overseer. Say, look, I'll be protocol, anything, if not to carry back. So you will see him jumping, you call it, we're in crusade, light up. This one, I say, you'll be wondering, you think he's a fool? When you have 250 houses, paying rent every year, what are you looking for? Hello? So there are people, I have one, he has a property, it's like 4-story building. It's an embassy that took it from him. He's collecting dangerous dollars. They have 15-year contracts. Dollars. And every 2 years, they top it up. He don't sign 15 years. And you are sitting here. Do you know that there are some people, every ticket you buy, I have a guy, every ticket you buy from one particular airline, he gets a commission. These are cash flow, not that he's working, he's just sitting at home. You can see him today, okay, there's one. And these are kingdom people. Many of you love God, but you cannot afford it. Hello? Salvation is free, but you buy Bible. So you love God, but you can't afford. When they say we are going on mission, you love God, but if you go on that mission, you will return. Your load will be outside. Your load will be outside. Landlord has packed your load out. You go for that mission, you will return. Your children will be sent back from school. You love God, but you can't afford it. Hello? So at that realm is the realm where you have enough income from your assets and from your investment that takes care of everything that you need, and you still have more left over. That's why your journey should be to asset and investment. Asset. We'll get there. And finally, the last level is financial freedom. Financial freedom. At the level of financial freedom, you have come into that level in your life where the income from your assets and your investment is not just enough for you. It's enough for as many people as want to eat from you. As many people. So when you see billionaires today setting up a foundation and they now employ 22 people, 70 people, 150 people are being employed for what purpose? To come and share money. Say, I've made so much money. Now I'm setting up a foundation. Every year I'm going to give you 10 billion. Help me look for where there are courses that we need to go. That is a realm. It's called financial freedom. And guess what? Are you telling me that God will create you and leave you at the bottom and unbelievers will be at the top? No. He says you have caused men to ride over our heads. We've gone through fire, we've gone through water, but you are bringing us out into a wealthy place. Into what? A wealthy place. So we need to have that understanding, because I am so grateful to God. When we came into church in the 80s, we were hearing things like as poor as a church rat. When we came into church in the 80s, it's not like this. Oh, the level of religion. I have classmates, I have colleagues that were in school, people that left school in final year to say they are going to serve God. Oh, take the whole world and give me Jesus. Oh, this world is not my own, I'm just passing by. Now 25 years later, 30 years later, they are still passing by. They have taken the whole world, they are giving you Jesus. Now rent you can't pay, even offering you can't pay. You have joined them online to fight what you believe. Why? Because your life is a testament otherwise. Hello? You are now in the wrong WhatsApp group. But one of the things that God began to help me to understand is, son, I'm the creator of all but the savior of some. And as a creator, I have a responsibility to my creation, regardless of what they think about me. So God is the one that created everyone. I can tell you for free, there is no rich and wealthy man on earth today. The principles they apply, they are the principles of the kingdom. Hello? Principles are universal. Anywhere you are, principles are universal, but the application of those principles are personal, contextual, and geographical.
Alright, my dearest family, this video is a very long one. Alright, but I have to bring it to that extent for you. You see, if there's one thing that sticks to my mind when he was still talking, he said, we don't blow, we grow. Oh, what an amazing word. You don't blow up, you grow up. Because if you jump up, you come down. But if you grow up, you stay up. What an amazing analogy. And it's true. It's true. You know, this video is so amazing. I believe that as many people that watch this video, there's no way you tell me you are not blessed. You are surely blessed. You see. And you know, while I was watching this video too, I actually remembered during one of the IPPC, or was it ICLC, the Emmanuel Pastor Chris spoke about marriage, and he said this. So for those of you that think that maybe love is blind, you don't want to make money, all right, yeah, where you are is okay for now. You got to listen to this, because when your wife start demanding, or when the needs start demanding, you hear from him. You need to do some certain things. So watch this video from the man of God, Pastor Chris, even if you have watched it before, but just to bring to your mind again, for you to hit the like button and subscribe. Watch this.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Then there will be peace at home. But if you put the food on the table and it says, oh, I don't really know whether I want to eat this. If you like, eat. If you like, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Now the wives are more comfortable. The guy is always looking sparkling, always nice clothes. When you see the lady, you wonder, is she the mother? So what is he saying? What is he saying? As you dress yourself nicely, dress your wife nicely. It's right. You can't just order your own suit. What about the lady? From now on, for two. As you're getting your own, you're getting her own. You're getting your own, you're getting her own. I can imagine what that guy is saying, and in that case, God has to bless me more. Yes, He's already blessed you. If it's only one that the money will cover, it's her own. That's it. So what men to love their wives as their own bodies, he that loveth his wife loveth himself. So when you buy it for her, you say, I just bought me a good thing. Says, just be happy. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife. That means it wasn't a bad thing that the wife's mother and father were always coming to the house. It's the man that leaves father and mother. And so the wife's father and mother can continue to come. Because the wife doesn't leave father and mother. Look at it there. For this cause shall a man leave his father. Most people had it the other way. They thought it was written, for this cause shall a woman leave father and mother. No, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and the two shall be one flesh. Where? With father and mother of the bride. I can imagine some of you, mothers of grooms, mothers of the man, mothers of the husband. Hey. Well, it's written in the book. The mothers and fathers of the man should always be asking their son, when last did you see your wife's mother and father? He should be seeing them frequently.
Alright, my dearest family, there you have it. That year when the man of God, Pastor Chris, said this, and it's not a joke. If you must have a peaceful home as a man, you see, these things are quite important that you put in place. You see, and I still want to re-emphasize on what Pastor Emmanuel actually preached. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. The man is just packed with wisdom. I'm telling you. I know he talked about marriages a lot. I follow some of his messages, and this one, like I said, is still long. It was an hour video, still long. So just in case you need it, you can let me know. But it's a long video. It was so amazing. And then let me know in the comment section what part of the video did you blessed you. What did you hear that blessed you? I would like to know. I'd like to know what part of the video. All right. When you share what blesses you like this, you'll notice that some of those things sticks to you because out of your heart that you share them. See, so they are embedded in you. All right. But if you keep them and not talk about it, you might likely forget about it. So talk about it. Share it in the comment section. I'd like to know. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, and subscribe. Bye.